I'd like to call up 3 firefighters at this time who not only serve Washington Township as firefighters, but have a history of serving this great country in the military. Firefighter Frank Fisher, firefighter Dave Chichiglione, and firefighter Nicole Domingo. They'll be presenting a wreath memorializing the 343 firefighters that died in the line of duty that day.
Walk time, walk. Detail. Oh. Left face. Face.
And last but not least, I'd like to call the Chief of the Washington Township Fire Department forward, Chief Pat Daugus.
I said I was going to try to do this without my glasses, but that's impossible for me. I would like to first recognize the committee who put this event together. Battalion Chief Matt Zemsky, Commissioner Rob Mateo, firefighter Gary Sklar, firefighter Nick Apostle, firefighter Chris Bittner, and firefighter Josh Lee. Without them, this event wouldn't have happened today, so I'd like to give them a round of applause. September 11th, 2001 changed our lives here in America. We knew exactly where we were, what we were doing that very moment that first plane struck the World Trade Center. Here we are 15 years later, standing together because we never forget. We will never forget those civilians or first responders that lost their lives in New York, at the Pentagon, and near Schwanksville, Pennsylvania. We will never forget those first responders without hesitation that ran into those buildings, that responded to the rescue and recovery efforts. We will never forget those who continue to battle the cancers, the illnesses, the psychological trauma that they suffered during their response and recovery efforts at the World Trade Center and the other locations. We will never forget the support we received by you, our communities throughout the United States. And we will never forget the local emergency responders from not only this department, but from the region in this area that responded either to Ground Zero for the rescue and recovery efforts or to the various staging areas just outside of New York City. In recent days, I've been doing a lot of thinking, talking to my kids about 9/11, and I was actually starting to question as to whether or not we as Americans actually forgotten what it means. We know that over the years, we've seen a decrease in funding for staffing, equipment, and training to help us prepare for the next terrorist attack. We are seeing an increase in attacks and assaults against our first responders throughout the United States, and that is disturbing. We are seeing an increase in the disrespect for our national anthem and toward our American flag. We are facing many new threats and many new challenges today. I hope that we have not forgotten. I hope that can change. I ask my community to please support your first responders, the law enforcement, the EMS, and the fire department, who will risk their lives, without hesitation to save you all. I ask my fellow first responders to stay vigilant and prepared, because we will never know when the next attack will be or where it will occur. And I ask us all, please never forget September 11th, 2001. Thank you for coming out. I also like to let you know that many of you may not be aware, but at our fire department headquarters on East Holly Avenue, we have a piece of the North Tower of the World Trade Center on display. So please feel free at any time over the next few weeks or months to please stop by and visit our fire station on East Holly Avenue and take a look at our memorial. Thank you, and God bless America.
Thank you, Chief August. I apologize. The flyover, the helicopter, we were a little bit off on that, so we'll try to work on that better for next year. I want to thank the speakers today as we get set here to wrap things up. Just a great group of people, great words of wisdom and reflection. I'd like to thank Agassiz Funeral Home. They've generously donated some refreshments over there by that tent. So I ask everybody after we are done to go ahead and grab a water and soda and some pretzels. Thank you. I also just want to thank again the group of firefighters that helped put this event together. I know Pat listed them by name, but they did a phenomenal job. They worked very hard over the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I personally just want to thank them for their hard work with this. In addition, I'd like to thank Steve Cora. He was generous enough to loan us his speaker system and microphone for the event. And finally, I'd like to invite everybody to come up to the memorial after we're done. This is a beautiful memorial, memorializing firefighters in general, but the Washington Township first responders in particular.